it's going to count down.
If you put your finger right here, it's going to show your finger.
You're right. It will show my finger, but I don't want my finger on the thing. I want the book on my screen. So, if you look at the front of that book, it says Henry's Freedom Boy. Do you think that it's going to be that he's happy, or is he sad?
Sad.
He's sad. Why do you say he's sad?
Because it shows that he's smiling.
No, he's not smiling. Okay, so let's turn the page. It says Henry Brown wasn't sure how old he was. Henry was a slave, and slaves weren't allowed to know their birthday. Do you think he's your age?
Mm-mm.
No? Why not?
Because he's too little.
He's too little?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's keep going then. What's on the next page? Henry and his brothers and sisters worked in the big house where the master lived. Henry's master had been good to Henry and his family, but Henry's mother knew things could change. Do you see those leaves blowing in the wind? They are torn from the trees like slave children are torn from their families. Do you think that the little girl, what do you think that little girl is thinking that while she's sitting on her mom's lap? What do you suppose she's thinking about?
Having a different mom?
Having a different mom? Maybe. Okay. It says one morning the master called for Henry and his mother. They climbed the wide staircase. The master lay with only his head above the quilt. He was very ill. He beckoned them to come closer. Some slaves were freed by their owners. Henry's heart beat fast. Maybe the master would set him free. But the master said, "You are a good worker, Henry. I am giving you to my son. You must obey him and never tell a lie." Henry nodded, but he didn't say thank you. That would have been a lie. Why do you think that the master was giving him to his son? What do you think was going to happen?
Because he was going to die.
Because he was going to die. You're probably right. Uh-oh, I can't read my screen because my thing's in the way. It says later that day, Henry watched a bird soar high above the trees. Free bird? Happy bird, Henry thought. Henry said goodbye to his family and looked across the field. The leaves swirled in the wind. Do you think that the family was happy or sad in that picture?
Sad.
Why were they sad?
Because he's going away.
Because he's going away. You're right. Let's see what happens on the next page. It says Henry worked in his new master's factory. He was good at his job. "Do not tear that tobacco leaf," the boss yelled at the new boy. He poked the boy with a stick. If you made a mistake, the boss would beat you. Does Henry like his new job?
Nope.
Nope. You're probably right. What's on the next page? It says Henry was lonely. One day he met Nancy, who was shopping for her mistress. They walked and talked and agreed to meet again. Henry felt like singing, but slaves don't dare sing in the streets. Instead, he hummed all the way. Do you remember why Nancy was worried she might be sold at the beginning?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she can't find her stuff.
Because she couldn't find her stuff? Okay. Did Henry have the chance to tell his family goodbye?
Yes.
Oh, he did. Okay. Let's go to the next page. What's going to happen on the next page? Months later, Henry asked Nancy to be his wife. When both their masters agreed, Henry and Nancy were married. Soon there was a little boy, then another, or not a little boy, a little baby, then another and another. Henry knew they were very lucky. They lived together even though they had different masters. But Nancy was worried. Her master had lost a great deal of money. I am afraid he will sell our children, she said, and Henry sat still. Why was she sad?
Because she might lose her children.
Yeah, she might lose her kids. Henry worked all morning. He tried to forget what Nancy had said. Was he sad there?
Yeah.
Yep, he was. Okay. His friend James came into the factory. He whispered to Henry, "Your wife and children were just sold at the slave market." "No," cried Henry. Henry couldn't move, he couldn't think, and he couldn't work. "Twist those tobacco." The boss poked Henry. Henry twisted tobacco leaves, and his heart twisted in his chest. At lunchtime, Henry rushed to the center of town. A large group of slaves was tied together. The owner shouted at them. Henry looked at his family. "Father, father." Henry watched his children disappear down the road. Where was Nancy? He saw her the same moment she saw him. When he wiped away his tears, Nancy too was gone. Did he have a chance to say goodbye?
Nope.
No. Was that very nice?
Nope.
Nope.